Hello, this is Mathew Neal, Superintendent of Schools for the American Creativity Academy. We are so very proud of our partnership with Brandon University. Over the last few years, we have grown to truly understand the work that our Brandon University teachers do and the level of accomplishment that happens in their classrooms every year. We continue to pursue this partnership because we believe in the give back that happens between a university and a school like ACA. We're proud of all of our student teachers when they come and they partner with other excellent teachers in the profession and learn about great teaching at another next step higher in their educational program. As we look back for the last few years, we look at the actual Brandon University teachers and we see high levels of acumen and high level of educational performance. And we're pleased to continue to partner with Brandon University. You're welcome here. We hope that you enjoy learning a little bit about Kuwait, a little bit about living internationally, and catch a small glimpse of what it means to be a teacher at the American Creativity Academy.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining me today. Please enjoy some dates and coffee if you like. My name is Abrahim Alnasrallah. And let's start talking off by your experience. What made you guys do your student placement here at ACA?
I would say the first thing, just the culture, just experience a new culture, to step outside of Canada and get experience with ESL learners in a good learning environment.
Yeah, I agree. Especially most of us are from really small towns. So you don't really get to experience a lot of worldly people. There are people from different religions than you are. So it's really good to come here and see, okay, so how do people live in the Islamic world? It's so different. It's kind of a good experience.
Yeah, and I always knew that I wanted to do international teaching, so it was a great stepping stool for me to come into a placement in Kuwait without the full commitment of signing off on a job right away. So it was nice to come see, experience the culture, and then decide if I wanted to stay.
Okay. Did you guys have any worries or any thoughts before traveling to Kuwait, or?
The conservatism
Yeah.
here. We were so worried, and that was what they drilled into us at BU, is you have to be very conservative, like head to toe, don't you dare show anything, because it's so conservative here. And so coming here, I was my biggest concern, like, do I have enough cardigans? Do I have enough things to cover myself up? But then coming here, it is conservative, of course, but I don't find it's really much more conservative than I would dress at home. I mean, as teachers at home, we are expected to be of a certain standard of conservatism as well. So for me, I really don't dress much different. The only difference is when it's very hot, you still need to be wearing your cardigans.
Hot summers, huh?
Yes, it's hot summers.
Yeah.
All you guys have been here 1 year, 2 years?
First year for me.
First year also.
My second year teaching.
2 years.
2 years going. Okay, nice.
Yes.
All right. What grades are you all teaching? Or campus?
I'm grade 1 girls.
And I'm grade 4 boys.
Grade 4 girls.
I teach grade 6 girls, English and social.
How do you find the students here compared to being back home in Canada?
Oh.
One of the biggest thing is the ESL.
Okay.
So you have a classroom full of English learning students. So instead of having maybe 5 students with ESL background, you have 25 now. So making sure that we scaffold our lesson plans and that the girls understand exactly what we want or what we expect from them.
And just the practice of differentiating, like a class of 25 students, you differentiate so much because yes, they're all ESL learners, but you have one learner that will be completely different from another one. So you're constantly differentiating all day, trying to make them learn and understand the best that they can.
I find too, in grade 1 especially, these little ones are coming in and they are so used to just the lifestyle here. They're raised with a nanny, and the nanny does a lot for them, so we have to teach them independence. So I think that goes all the
teaching,
way up.
I came here as student teacher placement teaching grade 9, so I found that with my grade 9 students, I found that with my grade 6 students, and it's the big thing to remember is they're still kids, and they're products of their raising, so they're raised to be maybe not have the same level of independence as we do as home, and that's not their fault. We just have to be aware of that and scaffold them with the responsibility.
Especially with math terminology. So if we're doing addition questions, we can say add, sum, plus, all of those terminologies in Canada. But here they may only know add. So if we say sum, they might not know what that means. So making sure that we watch our vocabulary, especially our academic vocabulary when we're teaching as well.
And just to make them used to the different vocabulary. For example, I dealt with last week is they all know to write a paragraph. Well, they'll get different test questions on the map test. They have to write a story, write a passage, and they don't understand what the words passage and story mean, so it's just taking that extra minute out of your day and constantly going over the different terminology, which is a good way for helping the ESL learners also.
Okay.
Even with context, I really noticed that this year with teaching American history, is they just don't have the context that way we would have them at home, right? And it makes sense because they live in Kuwait, they haven't grown up in the States. So when you say small town Ohio, that isn't like, oh, okay, I picture kids running on the street playing baseball. They don't have that picture. So just giving them context makes a big difference.
Okay. What would you recommend for someone moving to Kuwait as a student teacher to bring with them or have a knowledge of?
First thing you can put in your suitcase is an open mind. That's the first thing. Don't think that you know what it's going to be. It's going to be different than what you expect, and flexible, right?
Yeah, because actually I have a motto. It's like, nothing's wrong, everything's different.
Yes.
So anywhere you travel, and I'm sure you guys have been traveling around too, you get to notice that everyone has a different lifestyle, which is not wrong, it's their lifestyle.
It's just different, yeah.
And like any sort of like medication, so
Yes,
things you get used to at home, like Benadryl or like
Advil.
Buckley's, Advil. They have that here, but it's not the brand you're comfortable with. So things like that kind of make being at home being here a little bit more comfortable. A comfy pillow.
Yeah.
Just the sunscreen also too.
Sunscreen.
If you
Especially
plan
coming from Brandon in the winter
If you plan
time.
doing the classic Brandon Sri Lanka spring break, definitely bring a couple tubes of sunscreen.
Yes.
You're going to. I learned that the hard way. You will hurt the next day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So no winter jacket?
No, leave that at home. Leave that at home.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to, if you can, get cottons or like things that breathe.
Yes.
Because when it does get warm, you can't just put a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Like you need to, still have your arms covered for the girls, and so you wanna make sure that you have comfortable clothes that look nice but are also more natural fabrics, because they'll breathe better and you won't be so hot.
And like for girls, like maxi skirts and maxi dresses, like those are very comfortable and cool, and then they're also dress appropriate. So
But for like teachable, like teaching materials, teaching supplies, it's hard, there's not a lot of teacher supply stores here, so I would recommend like any like sort of manipulative that know that you want to use in your class, and when you come here, bring it with you. Because you really don't,
chips, dice, cards,
stuff like that. It's good to have, because you can get it here, but it's a little bit trickier with going in taxis and stuff. So if you can bring it from like Dollarama at home, it'll be.
Yes.
I would have recommended that to myself.
I find we don't have as many opportunities to have the books that we would have at home in our Canadian schools. So if there's a book that you're going to use for a teaching time, you're building a lesson around it, bring the book with you. That way, you're sure that you have it. Because there's not a lot of it's just not here.
No, yeah.
Okay. How's your experience been here at ACA? Have you guys enjoyed it?
It's nice that I get to teach what I'm good at. So English is my major, and I get to teach that, and I get to do it well, I feel. And also, like, use the people around you. So there's so many teachers in this school. They're from all different countries, like Canada, the States, South Africa. Use each other and, like, talk to each other. You can talk to each other, like, what works best for these kids. Like, talk to people who have been here a while, because they're your best resources. So for me, I have a lot of freedom with my teaching here. We have our curriculum and our standards, of course, but I feel like I can still reach those standards in the way that I would at home with these students in a lot of ways. So I feel like I'm not being restricted in my teaching here at all.
Yeah, and I really like the support from admin here, and especially in elementary, trying new things in my classroom. The admin love that and love you to be creative in your classroom and try something new. If that doesn't work, try something else. And I just love the freedom to try something new.
Tell us about your experience around Kuwait, about your exploring Kuwait. So maybe the old souk, the souk of Kia.
My favorite place is the Mubarakiyah souk. Yeah, there's a nice little restaurant where you can get shishtaouk and the pomegranate salad and that bread. Oh my goodness, that bread.
Khubz Irani?
Irani bread. Something that I didn't know that I could do when I came here is I took sailing lessons. And so I got my level 1 sailing.
Nice.
On the weekends. Yeah, it was wonderful. I had no idea that you could do that. And traditional weaving. this year I took a course and I learned how to do some traditional Sadu weaving. I just loved it.
Sadu house.
And
Nice.
just coming here, I didn't even imagine like to picture what it was like, but it's like everything at home. They even have a Tim Hortons, which is very good.
Yeah, you get your Timmy's.
There's
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory, there's Starbucks, there's McDonald's, there's all the kind of food stores and more, and just lots to do on the weekends too. They have a very nice shopping mall. You can go to the desert.
Yeah.
And it's so
Desert
cool. You're sitting in
safari.
the Cheesecake Factory like you would at home,
Yeah.
and then there's a lady in a abaya beside you, right? So it's kind of like you get the home, but then you're like, oh wait, no, I'm in
good.
Kuwait still. So it's cool. Like I like the mix of the culture.
And definitely the hot weather, way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
yes.
hot.
This is
Pretty much
February.
hot all the time.
Yeah.
We're sitting outside in a tent.
Yeah. Well, especially being able to go like to a hotel and go to the beach as well. Like going to the beach is one of my favorite things to do here, and can't really go swimming in the beach anywhere in Kuwait. But like if you go to a
ponds,
nice
yeah.
hotel, you can reach the beach or go swimming, and it's nice.
And you really don't have to be fluent in Arabic here.
No.
Like, I have a solid like 20 words that get me by. Like you can survive taxis, you can survive any sort of conversation you need to have, which is comforting too.
And it's fun, like we have movies, good movies, like
Yeah.
nice theaters. Oh my goodness,
Oh my goodness,
nice
they're extra,
theaters.
yeah, they're great.
Would you guys like to talk about some travels you did around the area or over the breaks?
It's so affordable to go anywhere you want around Kuwait. You can
Yeah.
fly to Thailand for $500 Canadian, or you could go to Bahrain, Doha, Abu Dhabi. It's such a central hub, Kuwait is, and you can go anywhere that you want, anywhere in Europe, and just the experience of the other countries and seeing the different cultures and traveling. And there is quite a few long weekends here also, which really helps.
Like
the
this time.
traveling.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. And when we were here on our placement, there was 10 of us who went to Sri Lanka for spring break, which was really nice. It was really hot, but really nice. And then we also went to Dubai for a long weekend. So it was really nice being able to just hop on a plane and go away and then come back, you know? Just
And the time it takes for you to fly to Dubai is shorter than it takes to drive to Winnipeg, which is our closest international airport. So I mean, we can fly to Dubai and probably spend the same amount of money for a weekend in Dubai as you would in Winnipeg. And you just like you were so close to Oman, Bahrain, like all of these different countries that are right here,
Anywhere in Europe.
anywhere,
yes.
and like you really get to see the world.
You have a chance to experience city life, like lots of apartments and things like, you know, it's high rise. It's
And
wonderful.
the best thing, if you don't feel like going out on a Thursday night, you just get out your phone, go to Taliban, and have a subway to your door, and
Good life.
an hour.
It's an easy
Good
life.
life.
Yeah.
You can get food from anywhere delivered. You can even get an ice cream cone from
Yeah.
Dairy Queen
Yeah.
delivered if you want.
yeah.
So, if the last part, can you guys talk about the process to getting your placements here at ACA?
Once everything was set in motion, all we had to do was basically
Pack your suit.
pack our suitcase, show up at the airport, bring our whatever we wanted to bring for our teaching, and here
And
we
like-
were. We landed, and
And Jillian was so great when
Yep.
we did it. Like no question was stupid to her, which was really great because we would always shoot her questions like the months leading up to us coming, like what about this? What about this? And she was there to answer our questions, which was great. Even our
We had her-
cooperating teachers,
Yeah.
they would answer our questions as well and send us the curriculum so that we could be prepared before we came. So we were walking in knowing what we were going to be teaching, knowing what to expect. I feel like I wasn't ill prepared.
Yeah.
and we had a WhatsApp group.
Yeah, what's up?
So that we all got the same questions answered, and it was really well done.
like booking flights, that was all done for us, and we came here and we lived in a hotel while we were here, and that was all done for us, and someone picked us up right out of the gate coming off the plane and brought us through the whole visa process and everything for us, so that was just so easy.
And Edie and I got to live in the housing that the teachers live in now, which was great because then you get to see like what the actual what your life would be like if you lived here, which I really appreciated. So that was
To stay in the apartment too.
yeah, like it stayed in the same apartment, so that was
That's
even
right.
better. Yeah.
The hardest thing for us was when we had to go, there was a huge winter storm.
Okay. Yeah, I
And
kinda remember that.
Yeah, and like the hardest part was just getting to the airport because all the highways were closed. But other
We
than
got
that,
there.
other than that, it was easy. So
And the airlines are great that
Yeah.
we get booked on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lufthansa.
Lufthansa, KLM, Etihad, they were all wonderful. Really, really nice planes. Like very comfortable, very good service. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your time, and we're glad to have you here in Kuwait and at ACA also as well. So thank you.